Hi, I'm Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success Seminars, where we offer knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. Now, before the pandemic rocked the world, I was in Salt Lake City enjoying the yearly convention of a health and wellness company I've been a part of for almost 30 years. And although the convention was filled with world-class speakers and exciting entertainment and mind-blowing new products and fun award ceremonies, what struck me most profoundly was a story shared from the stage by a fellow marketing executive named Janice Walker. And here is what she told us. Several years before, Janet had returned from Africa, where she'd gone to adopt two young twin brothers. She and her husband already had 4 biological children and 2 other adopted children. By the way, now they have 11 children, 4 with special needs. But anyway, she talked about how her joy in adopting these 2 young twin brothers who were orphaned and fending for themselves turned into anguish after they returned to the States and faced the difficult reality of raising 2 young boys who spoke no English, who had never used a toilet, who had never eaten with utensils, and whose only life experience was surviving as orphans in the African bush country. And now they were living in suburban Seattle. And Janice shared that one day it just all became too much for her. And she sat down on the couch, perhaps feeling like she had made a big mistake. And she began to weep. And after a while, 5 words appeared to her. And those 5 words were, "It's not just about you." At that moment, she woke up and her entire life shifted. And from that day on, in her family life and her business life, whenever she found herself slipping into a poor me frame of mind, she thought, "It's not just about you," and added, "How can I enhance the life of another? How can I serve?" That was when her life began to become really magical. And then she went on to share how her personal realization was reinforced when, on the day after Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson was thought to have blown the Super Bowl for his team by throwing an interception in the final seconds of the game, he showed up at the Children's Hospital where one of Janice's sons was having an operation on his cleft palate. Russell was there to make his weekly rounds of visiting the hospital's most critically ill children. Being the true hero he is, instead of wallowing in his loss, he moved on because he knew it's not just about me. So has this been a time of challenge for you? Does life even seem to be a bit surreal these days? Well, with events like the earthquake in Haiti and the heart-wrenching situation in Afghanistan and the fires and the floods and COVID and on, one can begin to feel a little bit overwhelmed. If that's what you're feeling, you're not alone. First of all, to get a little cosmic or woo on you, according to many ancient prophecies, these times of radical change have been predicted. While some interpret events like the ending of the Mayan long count calendar several years ago as the beginning of catastrophic times, most think it signals a shift into a new and glorious era for humankind. I choose to believe that the latter is true, that what we're going through is a global shift in consciousness that's opening us up internally, and it's sure shaking things up externally in the meantime. When you have a loss or even a tragedy, at first there's pain, pure and simple. And I suggest that you that you allow yourself to feel your feelings rather than resist them. And if you do, those feelings can actually become something else. Gratitude can well up for the past and the present. A sense of peace can emerge about the future. And love can fill you with a beautiful depth and compassion for other people who are also facing uncertainty. The Buddhist nun Pema Chodron writes, I want to read you the quote exactly. She says, "We can let the circumstances of our lives harden us so that we become increasingly resentful and afraid, or we can let them soften us and make us kinder and more open to what scares us. So we want to let these experiences soften us and make us kinder so that we emerge from the fire of change as more compassionate and open and loving people. The key is to take time to feel the sorrow or the fear and to know that this too shall pass. To trust that all that happens is ultimately good. Or as the great teacher Byron Katie says, life is simple. Everything happens for you, not to you. Everything happens at exactly the right moment, neither too soon nor too late. You don't have to like it. It's just easier if you do. And if all this is just too much to take in, let's make it simple and go back to what our friend Janice Walker taught us when she thought she'd made a big mistake and simply didn't know what to do. And just remind yourself, it's not just about me. And I'll also never forget how Janice ended her powerful talk at the convention that I was at when she said, and the truth is, no matter how bad it gets for some of us, there are many, many people out there praying for exactly what you take for granted. Sending you love, always.